Morning. So we're in Wigan, just between the bottom lock and the not bottom lock.
The second lock.
The second lock, right.
Before it turns onto the Wigan flight for proper.
Yeah. And we are heading that way towards...
Off the Wigan flight.
Off the Wigan flight, away from Wigan. Towards Appley?
Appley?
Something like that. Every time she types it into the canal plan thing, it tries to send us 400 miles away. So apparently there's a couple of things that have similar names.
Yeah, we're heading towards the Rufford branch, to go up the Rufford branch towards the River Link. Yay.
Yeah, you're not even going to be on the boat. So we're 9 hours away?
Yeah.
9 hours away.
So
we need to make a couple of, three 3-hour jumps. And, today's going to be one of those. So, other than services, which I don't think we have any access to here.
No, there's no rubbish point.
No rubbish, no recycling for quite a while.
Yeah, and we need fuel, so we need to get that.
Yeah, but that's either just past the junction or it's up at the end of the river.
Yeah,
so
it's not today.
It's not today. So today is basically moved that away day.
We're not far from Wigan Bottom Lock, so I walk ahead to get it ready for the boat. Next to the lock is Wigan Dry Dock. It's actually managed by the Canal and River Trust, and you can book it out to make repairs to your boat. We're now passing the area known as Wigan Pier. There used to be a huge wooden jetty here where coal from local mines would be loaded into barges. This is a coal tipper. These two curved rails would be at the end of a tramway and wagons would be brought right to the edge of the canal so their contents could be tipped straight into the waiting barges. We cruise to PAGEFIELD Lock on the outskirts of Wigan. It's right next to the DW Stadium, which is home to Wigan Athletic, although today it appears to be being used as a driving school. When we arrive at the lock, there are two boats coming up, which is convenient as it means it'll get set for us. That big red bus is part of the driving school. I wonder if it's where the parents wait while their children are having lessons. This is Meadow Lock, although apparently it was once called Meadow Lock, which sounds rather ominous. We understand that this is the second lock that was built here. The first was just at the side of the lock and is now filled in. It had to be replaced due to the subsidence in the area. The narrowing here is the site of the now disused Crook Lock. It was no longer required after changing water levels resulted from the subsidence at MEADOW. Crook Marina is on the right. The marina entrance was originally the start of the tunnel canal, which ran half a mile towards Taylor Pit and underground right up to the coal seam. Records show that it was last navigated in 1896. Here we have the M6 motorway crossing the railway line, and they're both crossing the canal. There is a boat coming up Dean Lock when we arrive. The channel to the right once led to a duplicate lock, and before that it was a dry dock. Apparently there was also a lock down onto the River Douglas below, and before the canal was extended to Wigan, boats would make that part of the journey on the river. This decrepit looking swing bridge is left open, but from the tracks leading down to it, it must still be in use. Another swing bridge that has seen better days. This is Finch Mill Swing Bridge on the outskirts of Appley Bridge, and our last obstacle before we moor up for the day.
Where are we again? Appley Bridge. We're just below Appley Bridge. Just above Appley Bridge? Just on one side of Appley Bridge.
before Appley Bridge because we
Yeah.
haven't gone past it.
We've gone through 3 swing bridges, 2 of which were seemingly permanently disabled.
Yeah, they look derelict, but there's all these muddy paths leading up to them on both sides, so it's kind of like, what's
It looks like somebody's been using them. And the whole area smelled of chicken poop. Like, yeah. But finally we came through the 3rd swing bridge and it was like, no more chicken poopy smell.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, so we've come through the Douglas Valley.
Have we?
That's what it's called. Through a place called Crook after leaving Wigan.
It's very nice.
It was, actually.
So
I don't know, I had an image in my head.
That it was just going to be Wigan all the way.
Well, and as we came out of Wigan, there was like a very large sports stadium, and I don't know, in my head, I just had this image of like retail parks. And it was just something that I'd read in the Nicholson's Guide, made it sound like I was going to be on sort of the borders of this kind of commercial section where we'd been moored overnight in the old industrial section, and then as we were passing out, it's like you pass the mill and the pier and the
Wigan Pier is ripe for development, don't you think?
Yeah, and apparently it's just like in
development,
the process of development. So like it was all pretty cool, and then all of a sudden you get to the outskirts of town, and here's a large stadium with people doing their motorcycle learner's permit tests
and driving
tests and stuff, and in the parking lot, and I was just like, I had this image that was supporting of, okay, we're going to be going, you know, big box store to warehouse and stuff. You know, but what actually happened was it turned into quite pleasant green pastures,
valleys,
and a valley just full of kind of little villages and lots of trees. And so it's actually been a really pleasant day,
really
and the sun came out much nicer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
And so we've had a nice blue sky day. It's just been pleasant. However, I'm tired.
Yeah. After a week of not moving in Lee, our stamina's gone.
Yeah. Canal stamina's definitely down. So we're pretty much a third of the way now.
Yeah, I think probably just shy of a third. I think it was
We've still got 2 cruising days left.
Yeah, I think this was an easy day. We maybe stay here tomorrow.
Yeah, take a day off and then move on. And once the week is back and we're in weekdays again, I need to start making calls again about doing the Liverpool and the ship canal. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. That may not all work out. In fact, there's a very good chance it won't work out.
The thing is, there's lots of different things that need to come together. So I want a pilot to take us across the Mersey. Then we need to get a survey done to be allowed on the ship canal, and then we need the ship canal to give us permission for 2 journeys, and then we need
to pay for both of those.
We need to pay for both of those journeys, and we need the Bridgewater Canal. We need to get them to allow us off at the other end. So there's all these different people that you need to contact.
Yeah.
And everything needs to come together, and people aren't calling us back. And
we've still got a month to do it, and I've gotten the 2 sort of key parts, which is that the ship canal has said yes, it's doable into mid-October, and the people in the Bridgewater Canal group have said that if Field Ports lets us do the Manchester Ship Canal in mid-October, then they'll do whatever's necessary to get us off. So that's cool.
So we need to sort out the survey and the pilot.
Yeah.
So it might come together. I kind of hope it does, because otherwise we'll be coming back this way.
Yeah. But luckily we found out that if we do have to come back this way, it's a fairly pleasant canal. And we'd end up going up the Wigan flight, so it'd be kind of only this portion and then shooting up that way. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you feel like it. Comment down below. Subscribe if you'd like to hear more from us. There's a car going past right now.
Some really cute cottages over there.
There are some really cute cottages over there. And click the belly thing if you want to get notifications.
Morning. We are in... Where are we?
Walsall, the pound between the bottom lock and the not bottom lock.
We're not in Walsall.
Oh, damn. Got that one wrong. Wigan. It's got an N on the end, not an M. Has it got an N?
Yeah.
Oh, Wigan.
Have you been calling it Wigan?
I have no idea what I've been calling it. But.
Hang on.
Light aircraft.
Georgie, come back here, please. Can you call the monkey?
Monkey! Monkey see, monkey do. Over here. George, come here.
When you get to Appley, the canal splits into two, and there's like a deep lock, or there's two locks, and then they join. I don't know if it's all open or what goes on there.
Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Is that today, or is that on the next page?
Depends how far we go.
Right. Because we might have to go through the deep lock and then reverse through the two.
Sorry.
And click the belly thing if you want to get notifications. Good?
Click.
Good. She poked me in the tummy.
No, it's the belly thing.
Not the